happen like this. You see? And so the movie kind of gave you a glimpse, and a lot of people say the movie was, it wasn't what it, that Spike Lee made up some shit or this, that, and the third. But nevertheless, I had other resources, to get information from people who lived during the time. You see what I'm saying? And so, you know, I'm coming across this speech by Farrakhan. We about to play it right here. And man, the fact that they say that they didn't have nothing to do with Malcolm X murder, but talk so flagrantly about Malcolm. You see what I'm saying? Talk so flagrantly about his death. You see, I would never forgive this. Hey, nigga, you are an accessory. You are an accessory, one way or another, to the death of Malcolm X. You're an accessory. You see what I'm saying? The way you talked about Malcolm X was so flagrant. You see, and I'm gonna show you the hypocrisy in what they, and I'm gonna stop as we move through this. But we're gonna get started, and we're gonna listen to what Farrakhan had to say about Malcolm X. Let me get this up here. Let me make sure everything is Gucci. Okay, let's go.
Malcolm didn't know what he was playing with. No, he didn't. He didn't know what he was playing with. You don't jump up against a divine messenger of God like he did. He asked to die. God advised you. No, you don't understand. Like someone said, did you Muslims kill Malcolm? So the messenger said, and what if we did?
See, I want to stop right there. Because what they say is Elijah said, don't touch Malcolm X. That's what they say. That you see a lot of people say the messenger said, don't lay a hand on Malcolm X. But here, Farrakhan say, well, what if we did? You see? See, when you implement, implicate. Let me get that right. Implicate yourself. If somebody's talking about the murder of a man or a woman, you don't implicate yourself in it by even, what's the word? Not assuming, but alluding to any possibility that you would be okay with that. You see, when you allude to that it's okay, or it may be right for the man to die, then you got motive. Insinuating, right? Insinuating. You got motive. And that's what he did right there. But they always saying, you insinuating that what if we did? We had a right to. That's what he's saying. We had a right to. Okay? We're going to go over this again.
Malcolm didn't know what he was playing with. No, he didn't. He didn't know what he was playing with. You don't jump up with the divine message of God like he did. He asked to die.
Now, I want people to pay attention to what Farrakhan is saying. Based on the language and the psychology method that he's using to convince the people to convince the people of the justification of the assassination of Malcolm. In in what he's calling a divine a divine intervention or whatever you want to divine or wherever, you know what I'm saying, or mean sanctified probably, but wherever. And passing off an individual that you saying is this and is that. First of all, that's the decision of the people, not the speaker. That's where he went wrong. Involving himself in the assassination of the great, legendary himself, Malcolm X, did not show the care for his people at all. Because if it was so, then the preservation of Malcolm would have been. But because you had the people's minds believing damn near of this religious aspect and leadership of the people, you forgot that many of us didn't see it and never will see it again that way. So the evidence must be heard.
He asked to
And
die,
God obliged you.
and God obliged him.
No, you don't understand. Like someone said, did you Muslims kill Malcolm?
Listen to the psychology.
So the messenger said, and what if we did? He said, what if we did?
What if we did?
Have you ever seen a leader scandalized like Malcolm scandalized Muhammad? Have you ever heard of anything like that? Don't you know if you scandalize a man who's loved and honored by the people, what are you asking for? You're asking for death. And he got what he asked for. And those who killed him, they weren't sneaking behind no damn counter. They came in the place where the man was preaching and killed him in front of his own followers. That's fearless men.
You hear the psychology?
See, now let me start right there. See, he said that the men, they wasn't hiding behind no counter, that they were fearless men. You see, they were fearless. And so, in essence, that's almost when you honor a motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? You don't honor no murderer.
Bloody.
You see?
Bloody.
You don't honor no damn murderers
Bloody.
to do something like that. You putting medals on their damn chest, talking about they fearless. You're a goddamn coward to kill a man in front of his wife and children like that. You see what I'm saying? Talking about fearless. What kind of shit is that? You got to listen to this nigga, man. This nigga is foul. He's foul.
And those who were there to guard him, they were ducking. Damn cowardly dogs.
He'd have been-
Ducking and running under poles instead of trying to protect the man. And you say it's your leader? You damn punk, you don't have no leader.
Farrakhan would have been running himself.
If he's your leader, why the hell would you stand up for him? Now all of a sudden they can serve you a dead man on a platter. And you eat him up as your leader, not knowing nothing about him while he was alive and no less about him.
Hear the psychology. Listen.
Malcolm's momentum carried him to his death.
See?
That's foul.
As a
That's
mom.
foul.
As a mom.
You see, that's foul. You have motive. You can hear the disdain in the nigga voice. You see what I'm saying? You see, you can hear the disdain in the nigga's voice for Malcolm. You understand? Right or wrong, nigga, y'all have motive to kill him. Now, listen here. If you know a man that been murdered and you ain't had shit to do with it, You don't even open up your mouth. You understand what I'm saying? To give anybody the impression, especially if you already done been at odds with the man. You done been at odds with the man. Y'all going back and forth. You see, y'all done firebombed him, firebombed the man's house. And, and so on and so forth. Insinuating even then that he might have bombed the house itself with his own daughters. He gonna throw a Molotov in the room with his own daughters. I mean, just to say some shit like that. You see? They even say some shit like that. See, we have to deal with this. This is another part about nationhood. This is another, this is something that we have to learn in order to move forward. When you got cowards like this to assassinate, that ain't no telling it, how further along the way we might be if Malcolm X had lived. If Malcolm could have touched, more of our young brothers. Now, I don't personally agree with the Islamic part. And he had it set up where you didn't necessarily have to be a Muslim. I believe he had the Organization for African American Unity, which did, and then he had his separate institution for his Islamic faith. So he separated that from my understanding. And so, that don't mean he was trying to force everybody to be a Muslim. I'm quite sure he understands that. But the aspect of being a man, being a fearless leader, being, taking care of your family, and you understand what I'm saying, reaching your hands across the water, but doing it right. See, that's what I was talking about. Malcolm X trying to get the black community together and strengthening us here, and then also reaching our hands across the water at the same time, trying to build with other African communities that were also trying to strengthen their hand, you see, in progressively moving forward. You understand, after hundreds of years of colonialism and imperialism, and so, and that was a beautiful thing that we had with Malcolm, because he did what no other leader could do. Even though Marcus talked about Pan-Africanism, you have to really understand that during the time of Marcus Garvey, Africa was truly colonized. It wasn't, I don't even think it was no freedom for no nation on the continent at that time. You see, and so, the reality was that, it was before, it was a utopian dream. But the reality is, by the time Malcolm came along, revolution was moving through Africa, you see, and he was able to do what no other leader could do. Get over there, talk to the leadership, build relationships with many revolutionary leaders and communities in Africa, which made him a threat. I ain't seen Farrakhan but build one relationship, and that was with Muammar Gaddafi, a damn Arab. Now, I'm not about the Arabism, but that's okay. I'm not going to deal with that aspect right now. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to be, we're talking about would it have been better if Malcolm had, was with us, remained with us, and we moved with Malcolm and developed under Malcolm. You see what I'm saying? With Malcolm, I think we would have been in a lot better predicament than where we are today. And so when you think about the egotism, a lot of these niggas, you see what I'm saying? And saying, well, Malcolm, even with Colin, I couldn't forgive,
For anyone struggling with erratic sugar levels, do not drink another tap water before you see this. Did you know that high sugar levels actually have nothing to do with excessive sugar intake, weight, or even the pancreas?
If you have a 700 plus credit score, you qualify for Chase's new program where you could access up to 100.
Forgive, and I listened to Colin. I didn't give a
gotta pay
goddamn
the
about
bills.
Farrakhan. Even when Colin was with the Nation of Islam, I still didn't give a damn. I listened to Colin. You understand what I'm saying? And, in some things where he diverted to, that the Nation of Islam teaches, I didn't mess with that, but I understood in the heart of Colin that he wanted revolutionary liberation. I knew it. I felt it in his bones and his spirit that that's what he was about. So I seen the resurrection of Malcolm in many respects in Colin. You see, I seen the resurrection of Malcolm in many respects in Colin. But yet and still understand that Malcolm is the great prophet. No doubt about it. You see what I'm saying? He is, he profoundly, you know what I'm saying? When it come to no other leader could reach their hand and build that community, like that global community, like Malcolm was doing and shit. And so, and to take a dynamic soul like that fuck your egotism. Our people need, this is a blessing from the ancestors to have Malcolm. Fuck your ego, nigga. Our people is behind the 8 ball. We need this brother out here teaching and moving us forward. He cannot be replaced. You niggas couldn't replace him. You didn't do shit. Didn't do a goddamn thing. You didn't even have you didn't have the ability to, on a global scale, like Malcolm, to hit the ground running like Malcolm, man, and build. He built it. Don't give a fuck what y'all say. He built it. He the one hit the ground, built the mosque up, put the newspapers out. You understand what I'm saying? Galvanize, yeah, we understand. Galvanize the communities. You see, organized them. And went across the water. Dynamic. And you took him off. You took him off the chessboard. Y'all put him in a predicament. You understand? Because y'all niggas was weak. Y'all didn't have those, you really didn't love the people. Y'all didn't really see that. Y'all wanted to live in that goddamn mythology shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all wanted to live in that mythology. Yeah. Y'all wanted to live in that mythology. And, and took this brother off the chessboard, and it was a mighty blow to our community as far as developing the brothers that was needed to see Malcolm, who epitomized black manhood. You see what I'm saying? Epitomized it. And y'all took him off, man. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Even in the movie, I had never really seen, and even in the movie, man, when I seen it, because, like I said, I didn't get into the murder of Malcolm X. When I first came into the knowledge of Malcolm X, it was his teachings. And then later on, I would start to hear about what happened to Malcolm X, man, and it broke my heart, man, just to hear and even see it in the movie. I couldn't witness it. Like, damn, man, they did Malcolm like that. Yeah, they did, and the way that they talked about Malcolm. You see, I say, man, fuck this nigga. Straight up, I don't give a fuck who don't like it. I don't. Fuck this nigga. Straight up. You an enemy, nigga. You to speak about Malcolm like that? And then at the same time say you didn't have nothing to do about it? Man, if I was looking for motherfuckers in my blood, and and I'm looking for motherfuckers that talking shit, you know what I'm saying, about my family like that, and I heard you say something like that, even if you didn't have nothing to do with it, even if you didn't, if that was my loved one, and I'm looking for niggas that who killed my loved one, and I heard that speech that you gave, man, I'd be trying to fuck you up, straight up. I'm like, this nigga has something to do with it. Wouldn't be nothing in my spirit. And anybody out there that know, you understand what I'm saying, that they would feel the same way. If that was your loved one and you listen and you looking, you know, and you hear a motherfucker, if you ain't got nothing to shut the fuck up. Don't be inflammatory like that. You understand what I'm saying? We didn't have nothing to do with it. We, you know what I'm saying? We didn't wish nothing like that upon Malcolm. But when you getting motherfuckers say he brought it on himself, and yeah, you celebrating his death. That was a celebration. That was a celebration. You know what I'm saying? What do you think his loved ones, when they hear that, you think they gonna take it like you, oh, we didn't mean, no, nigga, you want beef. You want beef. Ain't nobody gonna take that like, oh, nigga, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. It's motherfuckers out here dying right now for that same shit. You see what I'm saying? You see all these rappers out here that are glorifying, you know, that's just like that one rapper in Chicago. Not long, when did he get killed? He made a song about a nigga getting killed, you know what I'm saying, at the bus stop and shit. And them niggas remember that, you know what I'm saying? That's just like, you know, some of these niggas out here, Big Juke and all of them making videos about Young Dolph and talking shit, people even, and then say you didn't do it, but the shit that you saying, dog, is inflammatory. You see what I'm saying? Nigga gonna take that, you know, they gonna take it to how they gonna take it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, nigga. They gonna take it how they gonna take it. And so, and I'm saying that to say that, you know, if you talk about somebody's death, like that, nigga, and then say you didn't do it, the motherfucker still hear the inflammatory tone in your voice, nigga. You see, you celebrating his death. You celebrating it. But mean, you know, you suspect. You a suspect, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? At the minimum, nigga, if I see you, I'm gonna at least go in your mouth, nigga. I'm gonna knock your teeth out. You understand what I'm saying?
A suspect.
You know, I'm gonna get in your mouth, nigga. I'm gonna get in your teeth, nigga. Cause you out of pocket. You know, don't speak on mine, nigga, if you ain't got nothing to do with it. Go sit your ass down some damn way. You see what I'm saying? And so he did that. And his daughter, you know, Malcolm X's daughter tried to get on him. You see what I'm saying? Tried to assassinate him. You know what I'm saying? Tried to get him or get some paperwork, you know, to get a hitman on him. And you know, and they didn't prosecute or whatever, because what would it look like? You're gonna have a man, you're gonna talk like that and drive the woman crazy because now she want to take your ass out because you done talked about her father like that. You understand what I'm saying? Shit, I mean, she wants some type of retribution. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, she wants some form of